How did we arrive at the decision we arrived at?
Well, I think you look at a lot of things, and of course you watch the team over the course of the year. I just felt at this point going forward, we needed a fresh start. So, you know, in fairness to Kirk and his staff, it wasn't your typical first 3 years as a head coach, and then coming in during the first year, and then having a lockout the second year, and you know, Olympic year in the third year. But for me, it was important to get a fresh start going forward.
Did he make any effort at convincing you he could be the guy to lead a new start, or not really? Were you willing to listen to him?
Yeah, no, we've had different good conversations, and yeah, you know, he's a really good person. The whole staff are really good people. It's you know, we talked about different things, and you know, we had a good conversation this morning. At the end of the day, I just told him this is the direction I felt we had to go in, and that's it.
Ron, do you have anybody in mind? Do you have one person in mind at this point, or is it an open search? Or
yeah, it would be an open search at this point, Chip. I don't really have anybody in mind. You know, we'll start have a few names we'll put on a list, and then we'll kind of go forward looking at that list and see who we think is best fit for our team going forward.
Is the draft day the deadline for having signed a full coaching team?
Well, ideally, I'd like to have somebody in place before we head into the draft, yes.
What was the feedback you got from players in exit interviews, and did that play a role in this decision?
I think you look at a lot of things, but I think at the end of the day, this in no way, shape, or form takes players off the hook. I mean, I think they still have to be accountable for their actions and how they played, and you know, but certainly you look at a lot of different facets when you're making that decision.
Is there any evidence of friction between Kirk and some of your veteran players, and did that factor at all into what you chose to do?
No, it didn't. You know, I mean, I think you look at our team, there's guys who didn't play well. You know, they were told that by us in the exit meetings, and you know, I think at the end of the day, you know, there's always going to be situations where you know, as a player, if you don't like the coach, you still got to perform, and that's, you know, I never got indications that there was a lot of friction between Kirk and the players, so that wasn't really a big reason to do it.
Ron, you fired obviously Kirk and the two assistant coaches. Rod Brennan will remain on the staff. Can you explain that decision?
Yeah, you know, Roddy really didn't have, in my estimation, a prominent role on this staff. You know, he was responsible for power play, shot and killing, so. You know, I felt Roddy had a lot more to offer, and that's why I kept him on board.
Is he a candidate potentially for the head job?
I haven't really talked to him, see if that's something he'd have an interest in or not, but you know, if you wanted to bring him on us, we'd certainly take a look at him.
Are there any criteria that, you know, you definitely want a guy with head coaching experience in the league, or are there any criteria like that shape your thinking here?
I think it doesn't hurt to have that, but I think at the end of the day, the biggest thing that I'm looking for is a guy that, you know, is a teacher. I think in today's game, you have to be able to communicate extremely well. I think you have to have strong leadership qualities, and I think you have to be able to manage people and the different personalities that you're dealing with in the locker room.
Ron, Kirk defended a lot of his players after games, especially 2 seasons ago during that 2-14-2 stretch. There were a lot of nights he said, "We played well enough to win." At some point, do you want to coach? Is some of the consideration for the next coach a guy who maybe won't let them off the hook with that kind of thing, and say performance is one thing, wins and losses is another standard?
Well, yeah, I think Kirk's a passionate guy. I think he loves coaching. I think he's going to learn from this experience, and I think he'll get another job. I think he'll do really well. I do. But I mean, certainly, you know, I want to see that. You know, for my players on the ice every night, I want to see them going to go and compete and stuff. I think in Kirk's case, when he said stuff like that, that's part of being a coach and protecting your players.
You can't put every coach into a taskmaster versus players coach mold, but are you of mind that maybe this team needs somebody to crack the whip a little?
You know, I don't think that hurts. I think you have to be accountable as a player, and having somebody in that position that holds them accountable wouldn't be a bad thing.
Besides the obvious of missing the playoffs, what didn't you like that you were seeing from this team that needed to change on the ice?
Well, I mean, you can talk about it. I think the biggest thing was our inconsistency. I mean, some nights we looked like a great team. On other nights we really struggled to you know, look like we didn't know how to play the game. At times we're frustrated. not only ourselves, but our fans and other people in the way we play certain nights. So I think we have to get to the point where we are consistently bringing the same effort each and every night, and if we do that, it gives us a better chance to succeed in what we want to accomplish.
Hey Ron, how attractive is this job?
Would you say how attractive is the job?
How attractive is this job? How appealing is it?
I thought you were talking about me taking this job. It's a tough first week, but no, I think if somebody outside is looking at our team, there's a lot of good pieces that are in place, so I think it would be fairly attractive. I've already had some calls and emails today from people wanting to throw their name in the hat, so I think it is very attractive.
Do you have a number in mind of candidates you'd like to talk to, whether they become actual candidates or at least people that you contact? Is it going to be a pretty wide net, 6, 15, 20?
I think we'll start with a big list, and then we'll kind of narrow it down to the guys we think are worth bringing in and actually interviewing, and kind of go from there. You know, if that number is 2 or 7, whatever it is, we'll take the time to do it right.
With Rod being here, already part of the coaching staff, how much freedom will the new coach have to name other assistants or goaltending coaches?
Well, that's the reason why you change the whole staff. I think it's unfair to bring in a new guy and say that, you know, these are your 3 assistants at the time. So the new guy coming in would have that flexibility to name his assistants and look at the goalie coach as well. But I certainly think Rod would be a benefit to the new guy coming in.